it is acting up. And only thing I do right now is to play the audio or the rest of it, so y'all can get the sense of it don't matter who it is, what your walk of life is, what your walk of life is. Domestic violence could happen to anybody, anybody. So I'm gonna play the audio. Okay, just give me a few minutes. And then not messing up. Let's see.
At take five, you stay.
I'm gonna play the audio. I'm playing the audio. So this is over with. Hold on. Get you what's really be going on. Okay.
For her two crashes, Savoy grabbed a baseball bat and came out of the bedroom. The small 30 minutes outside of Los Angeles in La Mirada, California. It's a small university with just over 4,300 undergraduates enrolled. She was also married to Michael for more than 10 years. Michael Jace was born in Paterson, New Jersey on July 13, 1962. He was a former actor, and by 53 years old, he had often played the good guy on TV and movie roles, and is best known for playing the heavily religious and even more heavily closeted police officer Julian Lowe of FX's drama The Shield, which aired from 2002 to 2008. Michael also had small roles in movies like The Great White Hype.
I'm tired of James the Poodle, Grim Reaper, whatever he want to call himself, ducking me.
Cradle to the Grave.
Sometimes you just need no friend.
I'm gonna pause right there. If you remember in that movie, Cradle to the Game, he hit the woman. He hit the woman. And look what he came and did. Look what he did
Forrest
after that.
Gump.
Come on, man.
Let me tell you about us. Our purpose here is to protect our black leaders from the racial...
And the TV show Southland. He also had a title role of Michael Jordan in the 1999 TV movie about the NBA star, Michael Jordan, an American hero. The couple had two sons together, Nehemiah, 8 years old, and Caleb, 5 years old at the time of her death. In addition to the two children, April also had a teenage son named Savoy Brown from a previous relationship with a man also named Savoy Brown. The married couple attended church regularly and practiced their faith. However, there were still issues stemming from Michael's insecurities and financial woes. Kenneth Brown, who knew Michael through church and worked with him on the TV show The Shield, said that Michael always asked him to pray for his marriage, which was suffering because of his extended unemployment and the couple's finances. Michael was out of work for years, and so there were financial struggles that put a strain on their marriage. Since the hit FX crime drama came to an end in 2008, Michael wasn't able to get steady work except for bit parts on other successful series like Practice and The Mentalist in 2011. And so his monthly income would be around $5,400, with their total expenses being $5,300. In 2009, Savoy backed away toward the kitchen. Boy grabbed a baseball bat with Michael yelling, "You don't have," and they went to a movie with April and then slept overnight. The morning
Get to a
of
good part
May
now. Here we
19,
go.
2014, Christopher was startled out of his sleep when he heard Michael yelling, "You don't have a godly reason for a divorce." The yelling went on for 4 to 5 minutes, and Christopher heard 2 crashes. So he grabbed a baseball bat and came out of the bedroom. Christopher followed him and saw a vase had been smashed on the ground, an iron door knocked over, and Michael and April standing by the dining room table. Michael tried to get Savoy to give him the bat, but Savoy backed away toward the kitchen. April asked Christopher to get the bat, so he grabbed it from Savoy. Michael then repeatedly said, "I would never put my hands on your mom." Minutes before April left with Christopher and Savoy to drive her 5 and 8-year-old children to school. After texted Michael's friend Brown to ask him to check on Michael. So Brown texted Michael, "When trouble comes, be full of joy." Michael answered, "Maybe too late. April wants out and I'm tired of pleading." Brown wanted to cheer up Michael by inviting him over to watch a game that night, but he declined. Michael also texted, "She'll accept it or we'll move on, and if she isn't who I thought she was according to God, a lot changes, but she'll get what she wants, a way out." That evening at almost 6 p.m., Brown again invited Michael over, which he texted back, "Jaded, but shit is going to hell fast, and I wouldn't be good company." Brown asked Michael if he was gonna stay home, and Michael responded, "Leave tonight." Michael also exchanged texts with his friend Evan, who invited Michael over about 4:45 p.m., but Michael never arrived. Michael sent 95 text messages to April on the day she was murdered, and she responded to many. There was a total of 164 text messages between 9:43 a.m. and 8:12 p.m. April texted Michael at about 10 saying, "I don't want you throwing things and breaking things and screaming lies to the boys. I am afraid to come home. I am glad you are praying." Michael then texted, "I can vacate the premises for the night. Just give me a time and I'll leave." He also added that he regretted getting involved with a woman who isn't submitted to God. He asked April, "What time should I leave by?" She responded that she would bring the boys home after a game. That afternoon, Michael texted April, "You've thrown me under the bus, April, and you are walking out on the boys." Michael then accused April of cheating on him with another man with night. He then texted, "I'm just amazed at how comfortable of a woman of God just walks out of a marriage." April then responded, "Stop throwing the Bible at me." She urged Michael to he won't even want to play. "If it's easier, I won't go. Please do not go because you're upset with me. Please." April then texted Michael that their son, Caleb, hurt his arm and that she was going to his school to pick him up. Michael texted that he was walking and that "we both know we're not talking tonight." At 4:54 p.m., Michael told April yes when she asked him if he was on the road. They both continued to text about their marriage, and around 6:45 p.m., she apologized for not being the perfect Christian woman that he thought he married. Michael then told her he was still walking and had been drinking and was trying to find a key his friend Evan hid for him, suggesting that he wasn't home. At around 7:40 p.m., Michael texted that he had been praying and drinking since 10 or 11. Michael then texted April, "Evan said hello, not that it really matters, and the tongue has the power of life and death." April texted Michael at 8:04 p.m. saying, "You should go to sleep. We'll talk tomorrow." At 8:12 p.m., April's last text described Nehemiah's performance at the baseball game, adding, "Looks like he had fun." Michael's phone was disconnected from the network from 8:06 p.m. until 8:23 p.m. Cellular tower evidence showed his phone remained near his and April's home, nowhere near Evan's home. At 8:23 p.m., Michael texted April's stepfather, Carlos, saying, "Come get the boys. I just shot April." Carlos and April's mom, Kay, got into their car to drive to April's home. Carlos called 911 and told dispatchers about the frightening text.
Okay. Tell me exactly what happened.
My son-in-law called me and texted me and said he'd come get the kids because he shot April, our daughter.
Okay. Are the police on the line?
Yes.
Okay, sir, are you at that location?
No, we're on the 405 headed there now from Long Beach.
Oh, okay. So you're quite a ways out.
Yeah, we're a ways out yet.
Okay. Well, we've got police and paramedics on the way. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Sir, I'm going to stay on the phone with you, okay?
Okay, Godspeed, please.
Michael called 911 at 8:31 p.m. and reported the shooting, telling them that he shot his wife. Michael also said that he wanted paramedics because he said that he didn't intend on killing her. The 911 operator advised him to step outside with his phone. The call ended with Michael directing officers to the hallway. Michael said that he shot one round and didn't know what happened. April was found lying on her back in the hallway. Michael was taken into custody and was later booked on May 20th at 3:37 a.m. for his wife's murder. The bail was set at $1 million. The next day, detectives interviewed Michael. Michael told authorities that he got upset about the text he and April exchanged during Maya's baseball game. He assumed they had turned a corner, but April decided not to try to work it out. Because of this, he was in pain and wanted her to feel the same. April was a runner, so he shot her in the legs. He mentioned that he had been drinking and was holding a gun belonging to April's dad, and it was fully loaded. Michael said that April lunged at him and even mentioned that there was a knife on the table and suggested that April may have tried to use it on him. However, there wasn't any knife lying around. He said that as he tried to push her away, the gun went off and he ended up shooting both her legs and then her back. He claimed that before the shooting, he had never laid a finger on her.
Now let's stop right there. Let's start right there. First, he said he didn't mean it one time, right? Now, if you shoot somebody one time, how the hell you shoot them in the back, both legs, and in the back? How you do that? How the hell do you do that one time? Ain't no way. That's domestic violence right there. And he says he never laid a hand on her. Maybe he didn't. But to go to that string with nobody, and she want a divorce from you, and she want to leave you, and you don't like what she say, you go do something like that? See, I watched another one too. Her ex-husband, she had kids by, she got divorced from him. Going with this guy. This happened up in Detroit, right? A 4-year-old girl, and 14-year-old was in the house, and the 14-year-old was little boy, 14-year-old boy when she graduated high school. This the boyfriend tell the 4-year-old say hi and shoots the 4-year-old mother 10 times because she didn't want to be with him no more. See, we got to get this out of head, people. If you don't want to be with nobody, if nobody want to be with you, you can't get mad. That's their personal choice. That's their personal choice. Why should I go take it out on the person that want to be with me. Cause I want to be with them. See, that's why I say you got to take self-evaluation sometimes. Look in the mirror and say, why? What's wrong with me? Especially if that person want to be with you, you got to figure out what you got to change in yourself. See, you go around hitting women, choking them, slapping them, threatening them. What they gonna get you? It ain't gonna get you. It gonna get you nowhere. Cause guess what? Sooner or later, somebody gonna get you. Domestic violence is ongoing in our community. Domestic violence is always in our community somewhere. Cause you see, people ain't gonna tell you. Just imagine. Respect Melanie Johnson. Yeah, people get tired of a whole lot of abuse. See, the other one I was talking about, how can you just walk in the house, say hi to a 4-year-old at the time, and knowing her other child, teenage son, was upstairs playing a video game, and shoot their mother in the back, shoot her 10 times? How's that? Then the 14-year-old boy comes down, tries to defend his mother, goes outside, asks for help, and his mother dies in his arms. Her 14-year-old son saw her in his arm. Make that make sense? But that young man, he graduated high school with 4.0 grade point average and earned a football scholarship to a college. He got up to that, his mother was going to major in. That she didn't get a chance to finish because she was murdered by an ex-boyfriend who couldn't take her moving on. See, we can't take things. What you gonna do at the job when your boss, the manager, whoever, tell you not performing up to par and they gotta let you go? What you gonna do? See, us men, we gotta stop trying to use some of us men that does that. They got self-esteem problem. Whole bunch of got a self-esteem problem, but guess what? We don't take it on nobody else. See, we're not gonna go around choking nobody. We're not gonna go around choking nobody. What they good, they're gonna do us. And just think, that little boy, that little girl, them kids without their mother. They didn't want to get in court to apologize, saying, I didn't mean to do it. Yes, the hell you mean to do it, because you didn't mean to do it, you would have did it. Respect, Bree X. Respect. If you wouldn't have did it, if you didn't mean to do it, you wouldn't have did it in the first place. See, this is what I want y'all to hear right here, okay? The time of day to domestic violence is most common is between 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. The cost of domestic violence amount to more than $37 billion a year in law enforcement involvement, legal work, medical and mental health treatment, and lost productivity at companies. Think about it. Think of all the law enforcement they got to go through and all the investigations they got to go through. Think of all the attorneys they got to go through all that. The judge got to go through what they're doing. Just think the medical and the mental treatment that the man or the woman or the child got to go through. No reason I said the child, they got to go through some kind of mental treatment for what they saw or heard. Question: how about in always people want to know, can you call the police for emotional abuse? Although it was not always considered a crime, more and more states have criminalized emotional abuse. When emotional abuse is a crime. More of these laws are included under statute prohibiting domestic violence abuse, child abuse, elderly abuse, and many of these laws make reported emotional abuse mandatory in certain situations. Just sit back and think about it. Y'all want to hear this truth right here, what I'm bringing this afternoon. They don't want to hear this truth. Emotional abuse is real. It is real. It's as real as it's going to get. It's as real as it's going to get. Okay. All right, let's look at this right here. The 3 phases of domestic violence cycle. First is the tension building phase. In this phase, the battle gets edgy and tension begins to build up. Second is the actual explosion phase where the physical abuse occurs. It can last from a few minutes to several hours. Third is the honeymoon phase. Okay. Let's take a look at the second and third one. Okay, let's take a look at the second and third. See, if he or she hits you or verbally abuse you one time, the first time, and you keep thinking you're gonna get it, forget about it. And the honeymoon phase is the third time when he or she said, I won't. I don't know what happened to me. I didn't mean to do it. I just snapped. Briette, it is worse. Briette, emotional abuse is worse than physical abuse. But heal up, it's still gonna be, which is become mental. Which is become mental and get in your mind thinking, if I'm that, why am I being treated that way? Why can't I find somebody to love me? What type of couple had the most domestic violence? 2 new studies conducted by researchers at Sam Houston State University looked at how domestic violence affected people who had at least one serious same-sex relationship and found that they were more likely to encounter domestic violence than heterosexual people. Okay. Give you to some respect. Who suffered more from domestic violence? Women between the age of 18 to 24 are the most commonly abused by an intimate partner. The about your first love. Y'all happy and giddy because your first love? Yeah. 19% of domestic violence involves a weapon. Just take a look at it. 19%. Domestic victimization is correlated with a high rate of depression and suicidal behavior. Think about it. That goes to the line of bullying people. You can categorize bullying under domestic violence, emotional mental abuse. Especially when somebody keep telling you nobody else gonna want you, you no good, you this, you that. That falls under that category in my book. Only 34% of people who are injured by an intimate partner receive medical care for their injuries. They're embarrassed. They're embarrassed. On 30%, 34% seek medical treatment because they don't want to ask questions. And they try to keep it hid from their friends and family. You're right, Melanie. Yeah. Controlling, this what some do, and some women do. They're using the mental and emotional aspect to control their partners. See, like I said, how are you going to get somebody to do what you want them to do? By trying to control them. You can't control nobody. I don't care who like this, what I'm talking about, or who don't like it. It needs to be talked about. It been going on to be stopped. See, we already know what the 5 signs of emotional abuse is. Know the boundaries, right? Manipulative, possessive, and controlling, and they dismiss what you and your feelings. Yes, it is. It is toxicity. It is. It is, Melanie. It is toxic for somebody to live in the same household that talk shit about you and put you down. Better than man or woman, especially put you down in front of the kids. And then you know what makes it worse? When the kids say that, when your own child starts saying that to you and you the parent. That break you down even further, right? See, they don't want to hear the truth that's coming out. I'm going to drill it and drill it and drill it. Just imagine, you come home, and your roommate, whoever, whatever, your mom, dad, sister, whoever, the boyfriend, the girlfriend comes in, say hi to you, and shoot their partner, their intimate significant other, and shoot them while you're in their home. Just think how the kids feel. See, that's what I call you doing that domestic violence and bullying people. That just shows you what your self-worth really is for the one that doing it. It shows you that you're not worth anything. You're penniless. You worse than the homeless people on the streets. See, domestic violence is something that lives to it. You gotta get help. Respect Shonda Williams, respect Ryder Diane. ride or die property. You got to get help. Because guess what? You do that, and your kids in the house, they're going to need some mental health treatment. They're going to need somebody to talk to. See, we got to break this cycle. If we don't break this cycle, we're going to keep going on. See, some people don't know how to control their emotions. Some people don't know how to take no for an answer. Some people can't take other people having their own opinion about things. Those people who cannot take it, they need to be by themselves. Respect Alpha Buckeye. Look here, I'd rather be alone than with somebody that will respect me, talk to me, and treat me like dirt. See, love don't have to hurt. Put this way, in an abusive, in a bullying relationship, I call it, guess what? Love won't live there no more in my book. If I got kids by them, guess what? I'm taking the kids and leave. I don't care. I had to struggle to get where I want to get back. I'm not going to be in no abusive relationship. I'm going to drop the link. That was a good suggestion, Melanie. That was a good suggestion. See, I just dropped the link. But guess what? I'm gonna put Melanie comment up right quick. I'm trying to look at that. See where to go with that. It said she is working on a 9-year-old who hits mama and calls her a terrible name. He stated that he does it because his dad does it. I see. Kids pay attention. What grown folks do. They pay attention. He said because his dad does it. That's why he does it. Let that sink in. Kids do stuff to other people because they see a grown up doing it, especially parents. That's why when you with somebody, why don't you just be casual with them for the kids' sake, so they won't pick up no bad behavior? Some of us men say do stuff because we got an image to uphold. And the one thing that gets in our way is the PRIDE, our pride getting in the way. Our pride getting all our way, men and women. But that don't mean you go hit on your significant other. You don't talk down to your significant other. You don't call them horrible names. You don't tell man, you don't tell a woman, you don't tell him you can do better than him if you wanted to. You're right, Melanie. What thing is, people don't realize these days when we grew up, we got our butt whooped. And when they took the belt out of took the whipping. My was to take the whipping away. Now all you can do is try to punish your child. Which what message they said I can do the damn thing I want to do when I can do it. That's not helping. Respect Scorpio lady. That's not helping at all. That's not helping at all. One 800-799-7233 is the National Domestic Violence Hotline. For you to speak to someone, if you need to speak to someone to help you get you out of that situation. See, they there 24/7, 365. See, if you're going through this, ladies and gentlemen, you're going through this domestic violence thing by yourself. Remember, you're not by yourself. People is here to listen. People are here to listen. I'm gonna keep rubbing it in, and keep talking about it. Yeah, this is hard to talk about because I have seen it with my own eyes in my life. When I was younger growing up, I seen it myself, and I told myself I'm not going to emotional, verbally, mentally, physically be abusive to a woman or anybody. Yes, it is, man. They're always open. Then if I'm like this right here, if a person and their relative or friend, whoever they are, notice signs that's going on. Notice the sign that's going on. Guess what? You think of domestic violence happen just here? No, it doesn't. Just that. Bamboo, Bamboo, Canada 29%, Egypt 4%, New Zealand 35%, Switzerland 21%, United States 33%. Let's take a look. I do. Why do people stay in an emotionally abusive relationship? Victims of emotional abuse frequently say they stay for fear of breaking up the family or for the sake of the children. They don't want to break up the family. They don't want to break up the family. They don't want to break up the family. Excuse me. They also may be religious or strongly feel that divorce is an option. Financial and economic control often comes hand in hand with emotional abuse. Right. See, that's what it is, financial. That's why some people say they ain't got no money, especially if the woman is a stay-at-home mom and he going to make the money. He paying all the bills. What she had to fall back on? Let's see. Low self-esteem. It's another reason why they stay with their abuser. They feel like nobody else going to want them. Think about it. Our abuser tells somebody that constantly put them down and blame them for everything. You're stupid. You'll never amount to anything. Nobody gonna want you. You're too fat. You're too ugly. All that stuff weighs down on her or him. This is what I want to know. Why? Can anybody tell me why do people that is in an abusive relationship still love their abuser? Guess what the key thing is? Experiencing the not a defense mechanism. Being caught in the abuse cycle, having a personality disorder or attachment style that leads you to feel dependent on your partner. See, you so used to that, what he or she doing to you, you in that cycle, you want to get out of it. But do you want your kids to go through that cycle? I'm talking to the men and the woman. Do you want your kids to go through that cycle? When a person stays with that abuse, it calls the Stockholm syndrome. It's an emotional response. It happens to some abuse and hostage victims when they have positive feeling toward the abuser or captive. See, I'm gonna tell you this. You're right, Alpha Buckeye. That's what it is. See, some women, don't mean I said this, some women stay with their abuser, the one talk to them, because the man tell them, I'm going to change. Said they're going to change. And they think they can change the man. Or the man think they can change the woman. But the man never changed or the woman never changed. Guess who started to change? The person that tried to change the other person is the one that started to change. See, I know other people don't like me talking about this. I know I got probably only 6 people watching. I don't care. I'm going to talk about it because it needs to be talked about. See, Stockholm syndrome is real. You've been with that person for 5, 6 years, 18 to 24. That young love. Because us at here, some people think they can't find nobody else that better than that person. Some people think they can't find true love. That the one day that hitting them, cussing them out, calling them names, belittling them, love them cause of that, cause they do that, what they do. I don't think so. I do not think so. I don't think so. Because if that's the case, the whole lot of us would be in an abusive relationship. See, abusive person got to take accountability. We can tell him go get help, whatever. We gonna tell him do this, do that. But guess what? He or she might go do it, but guess what? He or she not doing it on their own. They do it because they are told to. When the person is going to decide to go get help on their own, guess what? Then I might believe I have a little hope they will start to see the light. But sometimes women, talk to the women now, sometimes if you got kids, do you want your kids to grow up in that situation? Do you want your little girl to go through what you go through? For the same kind of man that is with you, that abusing you? I don't think not. Then women, do you want your son to grow up to be the man that abuses you, or do you want him to grow up to be the one that treats the woman like she's supposed to be treated? You're welcome to Scorpio later. See, that's the thing. You don't take it into account, adults. That's what they see. You think kids don't be paying attention? They be paying a whole lot of attention. They consist of different kind of moves. You might go around family members, friend housing, out smiling in their face. They can see that everything is all good at the home front. But get back home, it's a different ballgame. Love is supposed to hurt. In no kind of shape, form, or fashion, it should hurt. See, if anybody disagreeing with me right now, they're going to watch. So disagree with me. But guess what? The domestic violence ain't disagree with nobody. So nobody should have to go through that situation. Nobody should have to live through that fear of not leaving. Nobody should be feared if they leave that they would be killed because they left. You're right, Bella. Nobody gets help. Nobody gets help until it's too late. Nobody can help until it's too late. What the hell you gonna get help to when it's too late? If I tell you something, to go get help. Why you want so much power and control somebody? We are all human. We all part of one race, the human race. We all got a mind of our own. We got a mind of our own. See, thing is, people that they'll do it, they gotta learn how to control their emotions. Because guess what? It starts at the home front. They don't see somebody else do it, and guess what? They continue the cycle. But I continue the cycle when you want to try to end it. Especially if your kid picks it up. I'm actually mean something. Do you want your daughter to be like you that's abuser? Cause guess what? That's what she gonna find. Cause that's all she gonna know. Cause she gonna think a man is weak for not hitting her, for not belittling her. Do you want that for your daughter? Oh no. I got scoop. What's that say?
Hello.
You on scope.
Hello.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Everybody hear you.
How you doing, D-Chew?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. I had my dog fixed, so he went to the hospital and came back sick, and now I'm sick. But through it all, he done got that thing cut. I just want to say,
I feel bad. I feel it.
Yeah, Nate and everybody feel sorry for him too. I don't. I don't want no babies. But I want to say to the chat, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I just love you guys. What D-Truth is saying is really, really true. I've been living a long time and I've never had that problem. And, you know, I encourage anyone out there that's having a problem or know somebody have a problem, please talk to them and get them out of it, because sooner or later, somebody going to be dead or hurt and somebody going to be in prison. And that person is not worth it. That's all I had to say.
Never worth it.
That's all I had to say. I love y'all.
Yeah, I feel sorry for. Boy, hey, when you said that, I had to grab my space to noodle.
You so damn stupid. Hey, D-Chew. D-Chew.
But you're right.
D-Chew. When you grab it, grab it. D-Chew, listen. When you grab it for me.
There you go. Hey,
there I go.
Another show.
There I go. All right, you guys be safe, and I love you.
Love you too.
I'm out.
I'm gonna drop the hotline. All right, let them in from picture board up top. I'm gonna put it to the board up top. Hold on. This shit is so fucked up. Yeah, I'm gonna put it to the top right quick. But it's just crazy. It's just crazy that we had to go through this and talk about this every day, which we know is better. See, it's bad when we got to talk about this, and when we should know better, especially in our community, that we shouldn't be doing all of this. That hitting people is wrong. You got to get out of the relationship. One thing I suggest to females and males, Do not, if you want to get out, do not tell your abuser you're leaving. Just keep that to yourself. You too, Melly. You have a good day. You stay warm too. Just keep it to yourself. Because if you leave, you tell them you're leaving, what do you think they're going to do? What do you think they're going to do to them? What do you think? They're going to make them even crazier because you told them you were leaving. It's bad when we had to sit up here and talk and talk and talk to some grown-ups about domestic violence, which that it is crazy. It is insane about this. If you are in an abusive relationship, leave. Please do. Because guess what? It's hard enough on you. But think, especially if you got kids, just think about it. That is child abuse. You put them through that. Way I look at it. You care about more about yourself, about your abuser feel than what how you. If your child comes to tell you, Mom, Dad, I don't like what he or she doing to you. I don't want to be here. I want to leave. Can we go stay somewhere else? What you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You gonna stay in that relationship? Or you just gonna leave? What you gonna teach your son and daughter? It's okay to stay in an abusive relationship. It's okay to be abusive to your partner, that someone you're supposed to love, that's supposed to love you. No, you gotta you gotta take care of yourself and your kids. You gotta look out for their health, their mental health. Do you want your kids in the same situation that you in? Do you want your kids, especially the boy, do the same thing that the guys do to them because the father, or boyfriend, or ex-boyfriend that do what he did to you? Do you want him to do that to somebody else? Do you want to wish that on somebody else's child? Do you want your little girl to be in a relationship like you in right now? Or do you want better? Or you can show them how brave you are and go ahead and leave, no matter what the cost is. It's hard out here trying to put up the charade of somebody being in an abusive relationship with somebody else. It's hard. Until you see that, until people see that, we still gonna have it going on. Until people start going getting help, talk about what happened in their past, in their childhood, it's gonna still go on. But as long as it's still going on, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about it. Because without that being said, when everything else said and done, guess what? Somebody gonna get hurt. Who gonna wind up getting hurt? You know, you might hurt mom, you might hurt the girl, the female, but guess who's worse? Especially if you got children, it's the kids that hurts the worst. That's his number right there. International Domestic Violence Hotline right there. Anybody want to write it down? Post it on your page. That is to the National Domestic Violence Hotline. Domestic violence don't mean just physical, emotional, verbal. It's all up in one. It's mental issue in your head. You got to go talk to somebody. Talk to somebody that helps you get out of the situation that you're in. Especially if you don't want to talk to your family. We need to get professional help for the one that get abused. And we need to lock the abuser up. I don't care the abuser, man or woman. We need to find somebody to lock their ass up so that they want to be free. They mean to be free. Like I said, the only people hurt in them kind of relationship is the kids. The kids hurt worse than anybody. I wouldn't want my child to go through what some kids be going through. And think about it. Think about it. Abuser could come from all walks of life. Police officer. They're more prone to domestic violence than anybody else. Firefighters, doctors, lawyers, teachers. See what the best violence abuser look like? It can look like anybody. Who knows? Respect can't handle the truth. Respect to you. Because this topic need to be talked about. It's the high of best value. The best value never take a day off. I will continue this conversation. I'm gonna have an open panel tonight on this subject. There are many more subjects that we need to talk about. Just watch out for your notification. I love you. Without your support, without supporting me, with supporting me in the chat, watch my replays. I love you. There would be no me. It's been a long time that this needs to be talked about instead of sweeping it under the rug. We need to lift that rug up and bring that little domestic violence back away from under that rug. If anybody don't agree with what I'm talking about, so be it. I don't care. I don't care if you agree with me or not. The one thing we will all agree, some of us will agree on, domestic violence is wrong. Trying to intimidate folks is wrong. Bullying folks is wrong. That is domestic violence right there. But guess what? We're going to stop this domestic violence. We're going to stop bullying. We're going to put a halt to some of the stuff that's going on in this world. Like I said, the domestic hotline is pinned to the top of the page. It's pinned to the top of the page. And I'm going to pin it to my computer wall. Like I said, I'll be back later on. Y'all be safe. Y'all do what you got to do. Y'all have a good night, good day. And the rest of you good afternoon. Peace and love.